Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Pretty Poison, a South African simmer, and today I share with you my second pet cafe build. So the first pet cafe I released earlier this week on my channel. It is a rather small pet cafe, and the exterior of this cafe kind of looks like a cat's face. So I don't know if you guys checked it out. If you didn't, please go and check it out. It's on my channel. Like I said, that is a small pet cafe. It's rather like cutesy, cozy vibes. And then this pet cafe is a bigger one, and it's a bit more like modern but also cozy vibes, I'd say. So yeah, I've built two cat, or not cat, pet cafes. I don't want to make cat cafes, it's rather pet cafes for dogs as well, you know. So maybe I'll make more, definitely, but I have some other different types of builds coming out soon as well for the made with the Business and Hobbies pack. So I'm actually having a lot of fun with this pack. Like, there is so much possibilities with this pack, like businesses you can make. So I'm trying to explore as many different businesses as I can, but I can't share details with you because it's a surprise. So yeah, you can see the building is rather big, and it's very like boxy rectangle shape-ish. The way I make up words, you know, like I add ish to words and stuff like that, but that's just me. So yeah, this is gonna be like a patio where people can sit outside and drink their coffees, but it needs to be roofed because, I mean, what if it's raining? You still want to enjoy your coffee outside even though it's raining. So I mean, you need some roofing. So that is why I did that instead of just putting it directly outside. And then yeah, so when it comes to these types of builds, like business builds and modern builds for businesses, I have no idea what to do with the roofing actually. But I decided I would like a sunroof inside, or like I'd like a sunroof that shines sun into the building, because the first and second floor, there's like a huge opening. There is like a second floor, but it's like a thin strip, and the rest of the second floor, it's open, so it's actually just one big space. So then that's why I put that sunroof there, so that that light goes down that big space and just like creates this nice lighting over the whole area. I thought about putting these little canopy pieces around the building, but then I didn't feel like it fit, or I don't think I found a swatch that I felt is compatible with this build that I am currently doing. So I do actually end up removing that, and then I put these huge windows. I mean, it's a modern, so I thought that's nice. And also, like, I want a lot of natural lighting coming inside the building, so that's why I use these big ass windows. And then I added some wooden wall panelings, these ones you can see here, just to give it a bit of a different texture, because otherwise, I don't know, it felt a bit flat, the building, if I didn't put that there. So I think it looks really awesome like that, and it worked out really well for me. So if it wasn't already obvious, the main colors for the building is the light wood color. Take note, it's not the lightest wood color, it's I think the second lightest wood color, which is my absolute favorite wood color, and of course black. And I love building with black. I like, generally I'm not someone that uses a lot of color. Like, my builds mostly, it's either black and white. Like back in the day I used to do a lot of black and white builds and I couldn't stop myself. And then recently I've been doing a lot of like brown tones, maybe like earthy tones. But yeah, I do have builds of color, don't get me wrong, but it's like not my favorite to work with. So yeah, I was like trying to figure out the windows. I wasn't happy with how it looked on the side, so I decided, you know what, there doesn't have to be windows all around the building. Let's create some walls where it's just wall space and no windows. And the back entrance is pretty much the same as the front entrance, and also the side entrance to the patio. And then I had this awesome idea of putting these windows like lower, because, you know, it's a pet cafe, so maybe the pets, they can look through those windows from the patio and look inside or something. I just, you know, I tried to keep the pets in mind as well for this build. So yeah, that's basically what I did there. When setting up this build as a small business, I can't remember the activities I chose for this build lot. Obviously, you guys need to set it up yourselves because it doesn't upload to the gallery like that, as far as I know. Yeah, because your sim has to first buy the building. So I will put in my description the setup I use, like what activities I selected for this build. Obviously, you can mix it up and put your own activities, but what I found best for this build, I will put that in the description for you guys. If you maybe need some help or an idea for that, then you guys can check that out. Also, a bit later on in the video, when we get to that part of the build, I will show you guys like when you need to set the public and employers areas in this build. Obviously, there's no residential areas in this build. We didn't do that. This is a destination small business. So then I will also just tell you guys a bit about how I set up those areas, or like what is the recommended for this build. So also, if you want to use this build as a small business, and since it's not a residential small business because there's no residential, your sim, obviously your family or your sim will be in a house somewhere else in this world, another world, whatever. So what they need to do, I had to figure this out because I didn't watch the gameplay live streams and stuff of Sims, so I like leaving it a surprise and figuring this stuff out myself. So then I figured out that you have to let your sim first buy from, okay, they live in their place, so then they need to go to their computer or their phone and they must buy the small business venue. So then basically that's them buying this place, this lot. Then after you have bought the venue, then your sim can like set it up and configure the small business and all that stuff. And you can go into build mode and do the, like select the areas, what is public, what isn't, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's actually really easy and really simple. So otherwise, let's talk about this pack. Like, how are you guys finding this pack? I am really happy with this pack. I feel like this pack gave us a lot of opportunities. This pack really has a lot to offer, and the build items is so amazing. Like, I really love all the wood swatches that came with this pack because I love wood. I love especially pretty wood, you know, like Horse Ranch has some of my favorite wood. Eco Lifestyle also has some of my favorite wood, and then this pack now also really has amazing wood walls, flooring, and some furniture. So I really love this pack. The build bar is really amazing. It is like, honestly, I feel like I got more than I expected out of this pack. So I'm really happy with this pack. I know some people would now feel different and they maybe were disappointed and stuff like that, which is totally valid. Like, each person has their own idea and like stuff they look for in a pack, and like I totally get that, but I personally am super happy with this pack. And yeah, so you saw there I made the kitchen and the bathroom. So basically the whole build, how I set it up, is public, and then the kitchen area is the only place that I made employees only. So obviously the bathroom you want public because I mean people gotta go, so you need to give them that place. But the kitchen area, I recommend making that employees only because I don't want people to come and make their own food in the kitchen when they should rather be buying at the coffee counter, you know. So that is why I made a kitchen area but made it employees only, because I also put these like display refrigerator thingies. I don't have the exact terms for these counters right now but I put some of them also in this build. So your sims running this business, they can, like, for example, bake cakes and stuff in the kitchen and then put it in these displays so that people can actually buy their cakes and stuff. I didn't put a candy machine, I think, but that's definitely something you can add if you also want to sell candy here, which is actually a great idea. I should have actually put a candy machine there as well, but I don't want it to be like a candy store. I wanted to try and keep the theme of a coffee shop, and then rather you can make cakes and stuff to sell, but you guys obviously can play with this however you would like. You can change it completely, you can make it, I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, you saw there I put the displays I was talking about where you can put the cakes and stuff in for sale. And now we're working on the patio area, so I put a bunch of tables here for the Sims to sit and drink their coffees and eat their snacks. And I put these cat... what is the correct term for those stuff? Believe it or not, I just can't remember right now what is the correct term for those cat thingies they climb on. So let's just say the cat podiums, maybe? You guys know what I'm talking about, so it's fine. And yeah, I put some rugs under the tables because the flooring and the tables are all the same color. I know, I'm really boring with my coloring maybe, but I love this wood, so that's why I used it. But then I used those black circle rugs to just break in between the tables and the flooring so that it doesn't look like it all blends in together. So then for... if you hear noises, it's my cats. So for the backyard, I had an idea with the walls, and then I wanted to put fencing in between because I wanted to make like a custom little rooms for the pets with their pet beds. But then it didn't really work out or look like I wanted. So then I was like, you know what, let me just take one solid wall, or fencing actually, not wall, and then put it there. And then I actually ended up doing the pet beds differently to how I originally wanted to do it. But maybe like for a residential lot, sometime I'll do the other idea I had. So I'm not going to tell you guys about it right now. You will see. So you see there, I put the beds along the wall. And then I gave each bed this little canopy thing, which I thought is so cute. And now that I am looking back at it, I don't think I played long enough to test this building to actually see if the pets can use the bed though. So that is my bad. If they can't use the beds, we just have to delete the canopies, I guess. But I'm sure they'll use the beds. But anyways, when I was testing my other cat cafe, the smaller one, I had, obviously I put lot traits, the stray cats and dogs hang out here, and I had pet beds everywhere in the build, right? But the two stray cats came in and they like, okay, I'm gonna go into the bathroom, the public bathroom, and sleep on the floor. So they'd rather sleep on the floor when there was nice comfy pet beds. Like, what the heck? So this is the potty area. I put it outside, like around the corner, you know, like kind of out of the way, because you don't want to see that really, do you? And then in between all the pet beds, I decided to put some trees. We gotta have some like nature. I didn't do too much nature landscaping in this build, to be honest. I don't know, I wanted there to rather be more land for the pets to be able to run around on. Although I know it's not really something they look at in the game, but I just thought realistically, I want my pets to have a lot of like land to run on, and also they might destroy the plants, so less plants the better kind of, but there still is for them to maybe pee against the tree or whatever. So in this area, I just put a bunch of toys. Now I know like the toy boxes also has the toys and stuff, but I just wanted to put all the toys like everywhere there as well, and then have the pets like maybe all around there just chewing the balls and stuff like that. But then in playtesting, I had this one, I think, was he like a pit bull? He was grey, right? This dog literally is kind of sweet though. He goes and picks up all the toys and puts it away in the toy box. So he's like a really well-behaved dog. I found that really cute. So in this area near the food bowls, I made, it's kind of like a little lounge area, just some seating space. And then there wasn't really much else I wanted to add in this build. So it is a bit like spacious and a bit empty, like in the middle part especially. But I think it's fine because it's a community lot. It's not like a house. If it was more like a house, then I definitely put a lot more stuff and clutter and all that. But for a community lot, I felt like it is fine. You don't have to have a lot of stuff. There is generally some spaces, open spaces in community lots, and it's okay to have open spaces. So that is why I was fine with that. And yeah, I'm just putting some lighting all around. I didn't really want to put hanging lights, so I went with wall lights, and also then if there's more wall lights, then I have less space to have to put like wall decoration, because it's like difficult to decide what wall decoration to use, like especially in a community lot. Like you can't hang pictures of families and stuff like that. And then for the outside yard, I was working on the lighting here, if it was not obvious. So for the outside, I was trying to figure out what lights can I put all around the fencing. So then I eventually decided to use, I think it's backyard. Is it backyard? Let me just see. Yeah. Okay, not backyard, but toddler stuff. I don't know why I thought backyard. But in any case, so then I thought this will look really pretty, but then I had to raise each of them. Otherwise, the bulbs of the lights is kind of like in the fence. So I had to go and raise every single one, which is fine. A bit time consuming, but it is fine. It really looks pretty, I think. So it was totally worth the time to raise each and every single one and place them nicely, I think. But yeah, I think that came out really pretty. I didn't put more lights really in the backyard because I generally don't like putting lights, or like I don't want to see the lights in the garden. I like hiding the lights in bushes and stuff because I feel like in daytime when the lights are off, it just, for me, in Sims specifically, like in real life it looks better, but in Sims I just find it not, it doesn't look so nice for me in Sims to see all the lights standing around in the garden. So I wanted to use these little umbrella thingies, like I really wanted to. So then I just was like, you know what, here's a spot, let's plonk them down there, it can work. And then I put some more of these plants. I love these plants. I put them just around to fill some space, and then some more trees, also just to make the landscaping look a bit busier. So then for the front yard, I had this idea inspired by a shop that is actually near me, to make this like little garden with pebbles at the entrance. It's just like a little decorative piece, nothing major, and then it's surrounded by a fencing. So because this is a pet cafe, I used a little cat and poodle like bush. I wish there was some more pet bushes. Maybe there is, I just didn't find them. But yeah, and then I put some cactus type plants there and a few rocks, just like a little central decorative piece for when people come to the area. Then I put this like black flooring. It's like, maybe it's cement. I just put that around there as well because I think it adds to the whole theme of the building, mainly being black on the outside. And then of course you need the sign to make the building functional. You can either use that one that's standing like that, or there's one that is hanging as well. But yeah guys, we're nearing the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this speed build, and I hope you like this build. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this build? What do you think of the new pack? And yeah, anything else that you just want to say in the comments, really. You guys must have a lovely day further. Poison out.